Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Man, I got a good one for you. I'm telling you, information is powerful. Information is confusing. Information is false. And there are truths. Let me tell you what I have found, man. Diets, keto, carnivore, whatever you want to call these things, are as controversial as politics. All right? So 22 days ago, I started doing carnivore for the second time in my life. And I was so excited about it. I am excited about it. And the way I feel and what's happening, the transformation of my physique and the way I just feel. I won't be descriptive like brain fog and energy and all that. I just feel different. Okay? I can tell you that I know how I feel, and I know how I feel when I don't feel good, like you. And I've been feeling pretty good. So I definitely was excited about it. And my enthusiasm, I wanted to share this revelation. You got to do carnivore, baby. And I still feel that way. But I want to talk about something that I can't believe it. Man, did I open or did, who's that? Oh, what a bucket of worms the diet world is. Okay, so I turned carnivore. I do good on carnivore. I love carnivore. I don't get tired of the food. I'm strict carnivore. And the movie comes out. I heard about it since I became a carnivore. Animal. I rented it. You can watch it unlimited times on Amazon for 30 days after you pay the $4.99. And I sat and watched it 4 times. And there's chapters in it. I think it's like 8 chapters or something like that. And every 10, 15 minutes, it'll be a little break in it, and it'll just kind of do some music, and it'll say chapter whatever, and it just kind of evolves. It's a very good movie, and it will answer a lot of questions that you are confused about. It's definitely worth watching if you want to take any diet. Any diet. You want to be a vegetarian, you want to be a meat eater, you want to do the Mediterranean, you want to do a ketovore, whatever it is, you call it anything you want. This movie is worth watching regarding vitamins, minerals, and what things do to your body, ketones, insulin, all these things that I don't know anything about. I know what they're talking about when they explain it. So, wouldn't you know that I get a few comments. That's not the main reason for this video, but I've gotten some comments. What's your blood work? Show me your blood work. Is that going to take away that CAT 1500 score you got? And stuff like that. That cardiologist I went to when I was doing that and got these pills, he even told me, I've seen 5,000. That don't mean nothing. That's CT scan or CVT scan or whatever it was, some front wheel drive, ketomatic, cholesterol-based hocus pocus test. All right. Just like I heard, and I want to keep repeating this, someone else say on YouTube, and I think it's profound. All I can tell you is how I feel and how I used to feel. Damn a test. Okay, that's all I can tell you. So, but this is going to be interesting. You're going to like this. You know how when you watch something on YouTube, the AI, the algorithm, somebody's watching you and they're like, oh, you watch that? Watch this. And I just got through watching a video where it was like almost like a clickbait. People are quitting carnivore. Is everybody quitting carnivore? And it's actually wasn't the video was about, but it led into something else. This guy's name, he's a doctor or nutritionist or something. Guy like my age, his name is Eric Westland. And what his shtick is he plays videos of people that his shtick, he even says it, is to dispel and debunk what people say on YouTube about this or that regarding nutrition. And a lot of it about carnivore. I believe he's pro keto and pro carnivore. In fact, I know he is. But he has these people. See, there's a lot of people that do make a lot of money talking about diets. And there's a lot of companies that have sold everything from prepared meals to shakes. They're on TV advertising. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry because we have an obese country. We're eating crap. Nobody can deny that. And all this stuff. So everybody's trying to make a buck on here's the best thing for you. So anyway, Eric Westland, I think that's what his last name is, Westland. He's a very soft-spoken guy. Because I'm doing I'm going to call it a diet, and I said it's not, it's a lifestyle. But because I'm doing a diet or low carb or a meat diet, a carnivore, keto, whatever you want to call this thing, and it's more for the health, the way I'm feeling. But there is so many other videos out there that are the opposite. They're trying to make money on debunking plant foods, meat food diets of any kind. Just eat what you want. Just cut out sugar and flour. Just cut down on the poison. Just eat a little poison. I mean, it is a complete array of content creators on YouTube that I'm finding. And remember I said in the video earlier, you can make a video. It could be a great video. No one's going to watch it unless YouTube suggests it or it tags something that you've already searched for and it's in that same genre or some category. Air conditioners on. I don't have my mic on. So, can we just sit down here? Get away from the AC noise a little bit. So, I understand why people push back. People are confused. Number one is because of the brainwashing we've all had regarding the fly. What we've been told about heart disease with cholesterol and all these tests they do and stuff. Meanwhile, it's still the number one killer and they can't fix it because they just want to throw pills at you. You're brainwashed. I'm brainwashed. He's brainwashed. She's brainwashed. And it's kind of like trying to convince an atheist in God. So I'm seeing in a couple of days already how this is a bucket of worms. And I've come to that conclusion because I just spent all day basically after I went and ran that bridge about 4 times today. My legs are completely wore out. Some guy was running the bridge and he didn't stop. I walked it up and ran down. I couldn't stop because I was going down. This guy, young guy, tall guy, he had to be early 20s. Must have been an athlete. He was running up that bridge, running, and he didn't stop. And when he got to the top, he turned around, he ran down, and because I spent a lot of time on the bridge walking one direction, I'll get back to my subject in a minute. I saw him a lot because I wasn't running and making it a quick trip. I was there for an hour and a half today. I even took my shirt off because I wanted to get some color on my chest and back. I think I got a little. So I don't know what kind of energy or what diet this guy's on, but what an animal. I'm thinking, why can't I run up the bridge? Is it because he trains, he's young, he's got a big heart, he eats right? What is it? Is it just because I'm older? Because wow, I never seen anybody that could do that. He was an animal. But I was an animal too. I got my workout in. So then I come home and I put on Animal, the movie, because I paid for it and I want to watch it. And I kept, actually, what I did, instead of watching it from beginning to end 3 times or 4 times a day, what I literally do, man, when I get into something, I get into it. I would rewind a chapter. I put on closed caption too. And I would watch that 10 or 15 minute chapter, rewind it, watch it again, rewind it, watch it again, and still kept getting new things. And I was trying to learn those words. They use a lot of, medical terms. And by hearing it multiple times, it was also becoming more and more convincing to me that I'm doing the right thing for me. And irregardless of what people say, all it talks about is reversing bad health issues. It's a very good movie. You got to watch it. If you're going to diet or you want to lose weight or you're interested in this one or you're going to mix it up and do your vegetables with meat, you do what you want to do. You do you. But you will learn from that, even if you do something like different. And for $4.99, anyone that is thinking about picking up a phone, calling a doctor and going and getting those shots or pills and taking those kinds of things to curb your appetite, that you can still eat ho-hos and ding-dongs while you're losing weight. One guy gave an analogy, was that Eric Westland, and he's very good too, when he debunks these myths and things that people come against low-calorie keto diets or carnivore specifically. So there's so much going on in my head. There's stuff going on in your head. And you hear me, and maybe you've watched some of these carnivore people or other diet videos on YouTube. There's Mediterranean, there's vegetation, vegan people. I'm sure millions of videos of the advantage of being a vegan. So anyway, what's the video about? Nothing. This is like my whole life, it's like Seinfeld. Story about nothing. But I feel good, I'm doing good, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I will be going to the doctor, getting the blood work done. I'll share that. But it's not, I don't know when it is. Should be soon, actually. And it's going to be a mixed bag because, hell, I don't know what it's going to say. But, it's only been 22 days, and they don't want you to do blood work but every 3 months or 6 months. So you need a whole long term for them to really get some kind of, and then we're finding out that the blood work and what doctors are telling us based on numbers, a lot of it's hogwash. A lot of it doesn't mean anything. They take these numbers, they go, all right, here you go, take this pill. You need a Stalin. And you got blood pressure, here, take this pill. I sat here after watching Animal 3 or 4 times in different chapters, back and forth. Then I started watching those other videos where these guys they were really good shape. Some weren't, that were debunking carnivore, saying, damn a carnivore. And these guys are just trying to make money, or it isn't true. They don't have any clinical tests. They don't do this. They don't do that. And they have a very logical, convincing argument as well. And that's when I ran across another video that was tagged, suggested for me to watch, from Eric Westland. And his job, his shtick, is to debunk what people are saying against things. And so now you've got 2 sides of the aisle. You've got people that are trying to make money promoting carnivore. They're giving information, but they're also selling stuff, and they're making money on YouTube, just like I do. And then you've got another aisle that says, hey, there's enough of those guys over there promoting carnivore, making money. Hey, I'll just go against it. Kind of like the coattailers I've got. They don't have any of their own, they don't want to do carnivore, they don't have any of their own content, so they use your name and they use the word carnivore, they use the name Sarasota Tim, and they do an against video for clicks and to try to grow their channel. But it's like the media, politicians, you can't believe a damn thing anybody says today. All these commercials with these pills and reverse mortgages and Relaxium and all this junk I see on the air channels, it's a joke. I can just tell. It's pure BS. But one thing is true. God, that how you feel, what happens to you, how good you are at it, do you like it? You know, do you like eating steak and hamburger and fish and chicken and pork chops and eggs and butter? Do you believe, you know, are you convinced? Or are you like, oh no, my doctor, I went in, I got my blood work done. He says, you need to take these pills. And you think, if I don't take these pills, I'm going to die very soon. And, you know, just like these commercials you see on TV, they got these doctors, right? They say they're a doctor, you got a white coat on with the stethoscope around their neck. I've even seen YouTubers act like they're getting ready to go into surgery. And plenty of these carnivore guys say they're doctors, but they don't wear a white coat. I mean, that is really a scam, I think, when they do the uniform, you know, and claim to be a doctor. And they very well are, maybe, but a doctor in what? You know? So, it really has opened a bucket of worms, and I will mention it. It's not, you know, there'll be some videos about it, but I'm just going to tell you how I feel, how I'm doing with it. And I do recommend the movie, and I will recommend this lifestyle. Like alcohol, people ignore it. I ignored it most of my life. I drank myself to death almost. But I don't drink anymore. I stopped, I quit, I started, I stopped and started, I stopped and started. I stopped for years, a decade, and started. You know, I never did too many drugs when I was a kid. I never went through the drug experiment. I was kind of afraid of them. Smoked marijuana. And back in the day when, you know, I was going to school and Led Zeppelin and all that, and a little later in life too. And then when it started getting really strong and potent and laced, and it made me paranoid, I didn't want to do it. I smoked cigarettes. I was like 18 or something like that. I think maybe a year or two. And every pack of cigarettes I smoked, I bought a different brand, from 100s to shorts to filters to non-filters, from menthol to regular, trying to find one I would like. And guess what? Never liked one of them, but did it. And I never looked back when I quit that garbage. I mean, I was like 19 when I quit. Maybe I did it for a year or two. That was very short-lived. And then there's other things, you know, that food does to you too. I wanted to talk about this because I go to Carrabba's sometimes. I used to. And I would sit there and eat that bread. You know, they give you a basket. I've asked for a second basket before. You sit there and you eat it, and then you have the pasta, and then you walk out of there and you get in the car and you just need to loosen your belt. Or other meals you can eat like that, where you just feel miserable. And you even feel guilty, like, I shouldn't have ate that much, or shouldn't have eaten that. And I don't get that way. I haven't been that way at all. In fact, I feel like, man, I should have made another steak. They say to eat on this meat diet until you're satiated, until you're full, until you're comfortably stuffed, so you don't want anything else, so you don't miss the mashed potatoes, the green beans, the corn, the salads, and all the extras. You know, so, you know, I might have to start eating more. And I made a mistake of buying that pork tenderloin, that beef filet mignon, that whole tenderloin, for $130 at Publix, and had them cut it up in steaks. And I had some yesterday and some today. I'm trying to eat it up. It's too lean. There's no fat in it. You need the fat, according to what they say. What lean meat isn't doing anything for you. It hurts you. It isn't hurting you probably, but you need these fats, and the brain needs fat. So I'm going down a road that in my 66 years I've never done. That's studying health and the human body and vitamins and enzymes and ketones and all these things that I'd never cared anything about. All I knew is it was mashed potatoes. I didn't know what it had in it. I didn't care. And the problem with me was all my life is I like everything. Fried okra, sauteed, pushed around the pan, squash and all that. I could eat it right now. But if it's not doing me anything, or it's giving me bad bowel movements, or it's bloating me, or making me gassy, or giving me inflammation, or making me fat again, fatter, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And then we wonder why people are dropping dead at 60 years old, 70, 80. You live to be 90 and it's amazing today. One of the people I was listening to today did say, don't get us wrong. It's not like you do carnivore and you can never get sick or you can never develop a disease and you can't die early. Of course. Let's not be so, and that's what these guys that are trying to debunk carnivore do. They take little things, just like MSNBC and CNN. They take little things and try to sew it into the big story and use a non sequitur. There's a $3 word for you. And try to make it relevant and give them some kind of facts. You got to do your own homework. You got to do your own research. But you definitely want to have critical thinking. You definitely want to be open-minded. You don't want to go down anyone's road 100% until you've done your own. And you have common sense. You definitely have got that if you'll use it. And so that's what I'm doing. But I just wanted to let my community know that, hey, you can do you. Absolutely. I mean, that's what makes this world go around. We're all different. We all like different things. But that doesn't mean that we should all like alcoholism, drug addiction, or eating terrible foods or things that are definitely going to harm you. You should do everything you can to your body's a temple, to be healthy. You would want to do that for yourself, I would think. Others don't. I mean, some people are just like, hell with it. When I go, I go. I'm going to enjoy myself. Give me that cigarette. Pour me a scotch. Hand me that Milky Way bar. Yeah, absolutely. Some people just don't give a rip. But I do. I like to crush it.